When I think back to the beginning of Adornment Stories, it was 2018 in my living room, like literally in my living room, and I just dreamed of a way for us to gather together, for us to be able to share space with each other, for us to tell our stories and be able to feel empowered by, rooted in, lifted by our stories.
We're very grateful for you folks to being here today, and I'm particularly very excited to welcome you to Wild Seed. How many of you, this is your first time here? Of seeing that. Amazing. Welcome to the Wild Seed Center for Art and Activism. This is as well been a dream that started in living rooms in many ways. This is the people's space. This is your space.
We want to honor the Black, queer, and trans ancestors who gave us so many technologies of storytelling that continue to keep us going, storytelling that has been rooted in our liberation, technologies of wellness. How we imagine and what wellness could be for us comes from our ancestors who's taught us along the way. And so what we do here is actually our way of honoring and bringing them into the space and connecting to the ancestors who already taught us what wellness could look like for us. And so we do that today here in remembrance of them.
Hello, I'm Heather Blake. My pronouns are she, they. I'm here today to almost like fellowship and for rejuvenation for myself. Listening to the presenters and in the opening remarks, I've come away hopeful, and I come away in my Black joy. I'm entitled to joy. For me, organizations like Adornment, it is vital because queer, inclusive, Black spaces are hard to come by.
My name is Kareen, and I had the honor and privilege to participate today as an active listener and note taker. The power of community always prevails. Folks came in with a desire to be open, to be vulnerable, and to be in community with each other. And we could see the sort of apprehension at the beginning, but throughout the process, folks just routinely allowed themselves to be liberated and free and to really exist and be fully in joy, not just in themselves, but with each other. And memories and experiences of that are pieces I'm going to carry with me forever. It's reminders of what and how joy can look like in Blackness and queerness and how that exists all around us.
I am Canadian legendary mother, Slim Thick Pink Lady, and I was here today teaching embodying confidence. Body in the parentheses, embodying confidence. Yes, that was my real hit today. For me, this was a different avenue of doing a workshop because normally when I do workshops based on body or confidence, it's mainly like a boot camp. This was more like getting involved inside, which is what you try to teach, but for me, it's so saturated and so condensed that this workshop gave me the opportunity to speak about what needs to be worked on the inside to exude that confidence on the outside. I feel like programs, especially like Adornment Stories, creates the space to bridge the generational gap that we have in our communities because we have all our chosen families, but it's such a generational gap because we create these chosen families at young ages and we grow with those people. We don't necessarily expand or try to help others. So I feel like programs like Adornment Stories is creating a space to have that generational gap where it shows you that you can be extremely young or you can be extremely older and you still need the same amount of work and the same amount of effort and the same time, care, and space.
Danse, hello everybody, bonjour, or hello. My name is Octavia. My name is Octavia Kelsey Stonechild. I am an Afro-Indigenous youth that was a participant today. I believe that programs like Adornment Stories and Tender Again Care and different places like that, they open doors for Black Indigenous youth and people of color to walk into a space and feel inherently welcome, like I said, but also to express a side of themselves that they maybe don't get to do in a public eye. Also, it helps create friendships and community. It helps bring us together in a very important way, especially with the rise of anti-Blackness and hate and racism in the community, especially in Toronto, where we are experiencing separatism, and in Canada, we're experiencing people who don't want us in those spaces. So when we do have them, it feels incredible. Today, practicing sound baths and coloring and just things that I do normally alone, it felt so good to be with others.